Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Semoskiy Winter, as you very well know. Remember, this is from the Sunday Night Fights Season 5 tournament, Qualifier 3, round of 16. All of them played in Semoskiy Winter. Our heroes today are going to be Barton, IIEXITIIIBartonPL, very well known player, very famous, playing for the Germans this time around. Remember, these are best of 3, so we will see a second game at the very least, where he will play the Soviets. His opponent in this round is going to be Super Schnitzel, playing for the Soviets of the Red Army. So while we see them move out into the field, let's take a quick look at their ranks. Now Barton, very good player, very high up there. His German play is currently ranked, at the time of casting this, 18th. And Super Schnitzel, not that high up there, but he's no scrub. His Soviet play is actually ranked 94, so hey, top 100 there, so that's pretty good. Has to be to get to this point in the tournament, right? So yeah, about that, not much else we can say. So let's just head straight into the game, and yeah. So we saw a small engagement here in the southern fuel. We saw Super Schnitzel sending his combat engineers to the fuel point, jumping into the house to deny the Pios that Barton was sending also straight to the fuel point the ability to cap that point. They managed to win the house and forced away those Pios that just retreated and went back to capture the center of the map. So very nice there by Super Schnitzel. Build order wise, we have no tech for the Soviet player Super Schnitzel. So it's just conscripts, 3 conscripts out already. And for Barton, we see him getting tier 1 like you would expect. Here it is. And getting Grenadiers, however, a little bit different, although we've seen it before, but he actually got himself a second Pio squad while he sent the first one straight out into the map and build the tier 1 with his second unit. So from that we see 2 Grenadiers into a third as an MG42, so very nice. 4th conscript coming up for Schnitzel, and small engagements in the center, Pios jumping into the house, denying the territory, so the conscripts just move along the way and head over to the north, which is currently being capped by Grenadiers, so they're going to have a little bit of a difficult time fighting that.
MG42 team is ready for action.
MG42 is ready for action, and we see Grants and Pios in the center. Church is currently vacated, so I think Barton will probably jump there. Yeah, there he does. And the conscripts decide to move in a ball up to the north. They stop, however, in the middle of the road in negative cover and take some shots at the church, but realizing that they can't really hit the guys inside, they decide to move along. Conscripts up north fighting against the Grenadiers are now down to 5 men themselves. The Grens themselves do fall to 3. Molotov going off by Schnitzel, but it misses. The Grenadiers dodge that quite nicely, and now they actually jump into the fire. One of them catches flame and forces the retreat after the 2 other conscript squads coming to the zone. 2-man conscript squad Uraying out of the way and are going straight up north to capture, so very aggressive move there by Super Schnitzel. And we see the conscripts capturing the fuel and the other conscript squad displacing into the center. MG42 sets up in the middle of the ice and catches that conscript squad in the open, forcing the retreat. So very nice there for Barton. Second MG42 now being produced for Barton. So 2 Grenadiers, 2 MGs, and 2 Pios. A little bit of an OCD symptom there, but that's fine. It works just as well. Now, MG42 sets up in the edge of the ice next to that frozen boat raft there. Opens up in the conscripts capturing the fuel point. Manages to get a, well, doesn't get a suppression, but it manages to force him off of the point, denying the capture of the fuel. So very nice. Center map. Pioneers just in the church, chilling, getting a little bit warm. Grenadiers push forward and take off the cutoff point for Super Schnitzel. Super Schnitzel, however, does have the south and the fuel, so he still has a decent amount of income. And his combat engineers on the right-hand side are just sitting around not doing much. Center map, graveyard, conscripts just taking some shots at the church, not being able to do much. And we have 2 conscripts engaging against a Pio squad over here on this strategic point. 2-man conscript squad from the north retreating, now running through 2 squads, but managing to make it out alive without really much any issue. Other conscript squad captures the point and decides to run up, bolt over the fence, and is going to try to capture the strategic point. There is no units up there to deny them, but there is a Grenadier squad with an LMG pursuing them that will very quickly make it very difficult for them to capture the point. Conscripts maneuvering, getting to the strategic point in the center, capturing the in front of the church. Conscripts capturing that point, and we now have a 3rd Grenadier squad on the field for Barton. No tech for any addition for any player, and conscripts are in heavy cover due to that tractor, so they manage to stay in the fight against the LMGs quite nicely. Only one of them actually ends up getting killed. They do end up retreating after decapping the point, not wanting to risk getting rifle-nated, I suppose. MG42 moving around, Pioneer backing off against the conscripts, and conscripts continue to push into the center. However, Schnitzel has only gone with 4, and we see Barton now getting 4 Grenadier squads, the 4th one just running in, so that is quite a heavy investment into his Tier 1 and Tier 0 with the 2nd Pioneer, while Super Schnitzel hasn't really produced anything else. He has 500 manpower up to this point. Not exactly sure what he's waiting for, but that is going to give him severe disadvantage once the German forces consolidate, because right now they're all spread out. We have up in the north, we have units moving all over the place, but they're now all converging into the center of the map, and with only 4 conscript squads, Super Schnitzel is not going to be able to stop that by any means. A 5th Grenadier squad is getting produced for Barton, so yeah, that is actually going to be quite difficult for Schnitzel to stop. There's nothing on the right hand side for Schnitzel. He has a conscript squad hold up in this house, denying the approach. Conscript squad in the church, and there is a Pio in that house, so at least for Super Schnitzel, he does have 2 of the houses in the center, which allows him to stay there for quite a while, but the other 2 conscript squads are not nearby to help out. They're going down to the south of the fuel point, but they are not able to do much. Tier 1 going down for Super Schnitzel, so he could produce himself some snipers, some scout cars, some penal battalions, anything, but he needs to get something out on the field right now, otherwise he is going to be slaughtered. His forces are starting to take heavy damage inside the houses, even though they are protected. They cannot stay there forever. Conscripts down south trying to force away a Grenadier squad. Grenadier squad hold up in the house. Molotov flying into the house. Will Barton be on top of it to retreat? No, there he goes. He does retreat, so not bad. Doesn't really take much damage. The house is pretty big. And center map, conscript squad now down to 2 men. Gets out of the church, and Ura's out of the way. So fight bold maneuvering there by Super Schnitzel, but that conscript squad ends up losing 1 more guy and getting suppressed. Can't he crawl out of the way? There is a retreat path, I suppose, through here that might make it out alive, and there he goes. He retreats through the ice, trying to keep that squad alive, so not bad. Very nice control there by Super Schnitzel, but it's the sheer amount of units on the field right now for Barton that is going to win him this fight. LMGs, Grands, more LMGs, all falling on the church. As sturdy as the buildings are in Russia, they are not going to be impervious. Grens over here fighting it 2-on-1 against conscripts in this house. Grens have taken some damage, lost 2 of their men, but the conscripts are now down to 3 men. And the men in the church decide to retreat. And we now have a... Oh, interesting. Wait, wasn't that tier 1? He might have cancelled it, or I saw the wrong building. Well, anyways, Super Schnitzel went for tier 2 and got himself a Maxim machine gun. That's all well and good, but he still has 560 manpower in his bank, which he should be using. And that Maxim machine gun is not going to be enough to turn the tide. And he has just gotten routed pretty much completely out of the center. Conscripts over here in this house still hold up, down to 2 men. Only 2 men holding the line. And, well, the rest of the German forces are capturing territory, setting up machine guns in front of the base, and holding up in the house with an LMG. So mortars would probably be the only option. And there we go. We see Super Schnitzel getting mortars. That's nice. But the sheer amount of units is the difference. Conscript squad down to 1 man, trying to retreat, hits retreat, goes the wrong path, and ends up getting executed. So Super Schnitzel loses 1 conscript squad. There is a conscript squad down south with 3 men holding up, trying to defend the fuel, but that's not gonna do much. Yeah. Barton in a solid position right now. It even allows him to get additional tech if he wants to, and he's getting battle phase 2. So that means we're probably going to be seeing tier 3 coming down in a tank. Probably a Flak Panzer, I would assume. Panzer IV is also an obvious choice, but Flak Panzer is a nicer choice. So conscripts down south running through the ice, getting a little bit shot by the MG42s. Another conscript squad moves over to the right-hand side, trying to defend the fuel as much as he can. He wants to bank on that so that he can get some type of tech out. But he's still far away from being able to get anything from that tech, so not sure if it's worth it. Combat engineers and conscripts pushing forward. Very nice usage of smoke here by Super Schnitzel, denying the approach. And the combat engineers are right on top of everything. They're getting, however, slaughtered by the MG42 and the LMGs. There goes the flamethrower and a Molotov into the house. The grenadiers are forced to exit, and the mortar continues to shoot. Maxim machine gun comes up and sets up, shooting at the grenadiers as they move. They do get suppressed. They are in light cover, so they might be able to crawl out of it and get behind the house, so they break the line of sight. Max machine gun continues to shoot, and there he goes. Line of sight is broken. The Grenadiers stay on the field, and more smokes are getting popped into the house. The conscripts are going to utilize this smoke to actually run into the house themselves and get a little bit of a position. But with grenades available to him, Barton could be able to flush him out. There goes a rifle lane into the house, killing one of the conscripts and blowing a hole in the house. LMGs just opening up, and MG42 to the church, MG42 outside. So fire and bullets raining on them from every single side. Maxim machine gun trying to do as much as it can, but it's now suppressed, meaning that it has no effective value with its own gun. Down to 2 men, down to 1 will get cleared out before he even retreats, and there it goes. Maxim machine gun lost. Super schnitzel. Wow, nice shot there by the mortar. Actually almost nails one of these guys. Sent a piece of debris from the tree flying. Maxim machine gun gets captured by the Pios, and this Pioneer needs to retreat. Black Panther now getting produced by Barton. That is what I assumed he was going to do, considering it is the best choice. And he's a pretty good player. Maxim machine gun gets cleared out. Soviet player trying to recover it. The Soviet player, Super Schnitzel, got himself a Doctrine, and that is the Guard Rifle Combined Arms Tactics. And he got a Guard Squad from that. I'm not exactly sure why he would get a Guard Squad at this point, which is fine. I mean, considering what we see here, but there's no vehicles on the field, and unless you are going up against light vehicles or medium tanks, Guard rifles aren't really that great against infantry. I mean, they do have nades, so I suppose they're okay, but I don't know. I don't agree with that. Does get PPSHs on some of his conscript squads, which is good, but the Flak Panther is just hitting the field right now, and that Flak Panther is going to put the nail in the coffin. Barton sitting very comfortably at 500 points, Super Schnitzel down to 394, so this could be a very quick game. Going over on the right-hand side to capture, we have the conscript squads over here just hold up defending the fuel, but that is about it. The rest of the points are getting captured by the German infantry, and the points are going to start triple capping at this at any moment. Mortar pushes up, captures the point. We have conscripts over here just set up in the center of the road. Maxim machine gun pushing forward after getting captured by the combat engineers, and Guards rifles going over to the right-hand side. So center map, we have a little bit of engagement. We have conscripts jumping into the church. We have MG42 opening up on the Maxim machine gun. 2 MG42 set up in the graveyard, and the Flak Panther is now hitting. So tier 3 is up, and we have a T70 from tier 3. T70 is directly countered by the Flak Panther. Flak Panther makes itself known, and I believe Super Schnitzel is probably shitting his pants right now. Conscripts in the house, however, are delaying that Flak Panther. The Flak Panther shooting as much as he can, doing a lot of damage now. 3 guys getting killed instantly. Mortar shots landing on the church itself. A little bit of a friendly fire there. Conscripts trying to retreat through the path of the Flak Panther down to 1 man. They're going to get killed. I don't think he's going to make it alive. Well, does reload. Can he make it out alive? 1 more shot should do it, though. And the Flak Panther reloads. Takes a shot and misses. All 3 shots. Oh, there we go. 4th shot is a charm. So T-70 over on the right-hand side, it's going there to harass the German infantry, but there's a Flak Panther hot on its tail. It's running through the ice, which is kind of risky, but, you know, there's really not much as far as explosions available that could clear it out, so I believe he's going to be fine. And the T-70 is trying to run away, trying to dodge. Conscripts getting pushed away, and triple cap down to 315. The Flak Panther, the T-70 is in the center. Grants are converging on the T-70. There goes the Faust, setting up. Faust goes off, gets a crit on the T-70, and T-70 is just in the middle of German infantry going to town, trying to do as much as it can. Flak Panther comes out, and before it even does anything, Super Schnitzel throws in the towel and says, okay, well, good game, and I'll hopefully have better luck in game 2. So very nice and good game for Barton. Very well played. So I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.